Thank you. This is Daphne Simmons for the Wellbeing and Independence Partnership.
Good evening. Oh, that was a quick day. Good afternoon. My name is Daphne Simmons and I work for Shropshire Rural Communities Charity. I have done so for 16 years, which when I joined, my boss at the time said, well, we might be able to give you 2 years because we never know whether we're going to be funded again. So it's the same story as everybody is telling us as we go along. But today I'm here to talk to you about the Wellbeing and Independence Partnership. This is a partnership which was formed, well, I suppose a year ago we started working together when we looked at the new contracts which are going to be available to support the preventative agenda, which all of these partners had already been working on. So the partnership is ourselves, Shropshire RCC, Mayfair, which is in Church Stretton, Age UK, which is county-wide, and Age UK here today as well, Royal Voluntary Service, which I always think of as the Women's Royal Voluntary Service, but then I think that's probably my age, and Cube, which is in Oswestry. So you can see from the stretch of the community organisations, we've got a very good stretch across the county. As we all know, it's a huge county, and it's always a challenge to try and get that sorted. So the partnership, which is funded by Shropshire Council, does lots of different work, and part of the work is the practical help at home, which Age UK use to deliver in the county. I know that that's not completely funded by our WIPS project because, like us all, they bring in other funding to try and help bolster what has been very generously given, but there's always need for more. As our previous speaker said, there's no diminishing work here, it keeps going, keeps going. So there's also friendship, support, day centre opportunities, keeping well, keeping active. As a team, we support over 30 exercise providers in the community who go to the village hall and provide some exercise opportunity that is appropriate for the people that are going. So it's not all leotards and pumping music. It's a little more appropriate, I think the word is. Although I think we've now got onto some of the more modern music. It's not all the White Cliffs of Dover now. We do a lot of information events, making sure that people know what's out there. It might be a health agenda. We've done a lot of work with Diabetes UK to support people who are newly diagnosed with diabetes. Anything that comes up, scams. We've worked with the CAB to provide support for people who are worried about being scammed, either on the internet or at their door. So, and we also support volunteering, because I heard other people say, without the volunteers, these partnerships and this work doesn't work. And that's the top and the bottom of it. The Good Neighbours that we all support, they're all run by volunteers. We help them, but at the end of the day, those people are in the community and doing the work. And by having this opportunity of the WIP project partnership, we can be across the county, so that's a very useful situation. So I've just done you a few slides to give you some idea of what the partnership, different parts of it deliver, which if I can get sorry. Thank you. So Age UK, they have their wellbeing and friendship services, day services, dementia services, help at home. I won't read them all because there's so many. There are huge amounts of work done in the partnership, and these are the things which are part of that partnership, but there's also lots of other things that people do as well. So then we've got the Royal Voluntary Service, who have a Good Neighbours service, and they also support people to achieve their goals. We can become quite isolated at times, so somebody will go into the home and help people achieve their goals. It might just be to walk to the end of the road to get their own paper, but it might be something that is very important to them. So Mayfair is in Stretton. It's one of the healthy living centres. Wherever I go, everybody says to me, "Can we have a Mayfair?" No, you can't. We've got to make use of what we got and try and work together. But there's lots going on there. These are some lovely photos, and I pinched off another slide that they sent me, so I hope that's okay with them. There's keeping active, local befriending, Friendship Day Centre, etc. Then our lovely Cube at the top of the county. They provide lots of different activities. The Choose Club, I understand, has got very busy recently, offering opportunities for people to get out and meet others. It's a real issue. And one of the projects that we've been doing recently is a thing called Active Buddies, helping people get to that first step. I find it's quite interesting how hard it is for people to actually take that step over the door and join in. I often say I can talk for England when it comes to work, but don't ask me to go to a club on my own, because I wouldn't do it. So it's interesting, we're all the same underneath, I think. So with ourselves, we have the friendship support, keeping well, keeping active, as we said, and support for volunteering. As an organisation, we do a lot of support for volunteering because it's a key part of our communities, and there's a lot of different policies and things that people have to abide by now. So we try and take all that away from them. So we'll do the middling horrible bits. You go and take a cup of tea to somebody, that's what you want to do, and somebody else will do the paperwork. So I was also asked to do a case study, and I've chosen this lady named Pauline. She is in part of the Whitchurch Good Neighbours support. She'd been in hospital and immobile and a little lacking in confidence for several months after a stroke. And what she really wanted was to get her physical strength back. So the Good Neighbours scheme was contacted with her consent, obviously, with people's consent, by the Wellbeing Centre in Whitchurch. Not part of the partnership, but working in partnership. That's I have to emphasise that so much. We might not all be in that partnership, but we work as a partnership. And she, after initial referral, she went had a home visit. Always do a home visit, make sure her volunteers are well looked after. And a local volunteer was matched to support the client and encouraged her through distraction, conversation, to get out and feel quite involved again. So anyway, great confidence, and she was getting on the way. Sorry. So once she was able to work with her crutches, volunteers supported volunteers at Pauline to access the town park. There was equipment, a gym equipment in the town park, which I've never seen myself, but I understand is really good. And she's had a go. She's now purchased a car, albeit once she's been through the proper procedures, an automatic car to get out and about and see people. So, I was asked to say what we're most proud of so far. And I think, if I had to single out something, and that's what you have to do when you do these things, I love that. I think that is such good fun. And that's one of the things we're most proud of, putting people together to enable them to participate in the lives that they want to. So, I asked to do what I would do next, carry on working as a partnership. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So that's where we are. That's us, I think. Thank you.